Hi, I'm Whitney English, creator of the Day Designer Planner and mentor to entrepreneurs. Now here's my question for you today. Have you ever felt like you weren't making any progress in business? Like you're spending a ton of time and energy trying to grow your business and nothing's happening? I know I've been there and it's super frustrating. I don't know about you, but when I've been stuck in that spot before, I feel like I'm just spinning my wheels, working hard and getting no results. If you're at that point in business, here's the root of the problem. You might be doing the wrong things. When you're growing a business, it takes time, but it's so tempting to want to jump from a starting point straight to the big leagues. And usually that's really dangerous. It'll backfire and it won't work. Business growth needs to happen over time. Just like a baby can't go to college tomorrow, a business can't jump to the big leagues either. So here's the good news. Using a simple framework, you can figure out where you are in business so that you can determine where you need to go next. I'm going to walk you through this framework today, but we're going to cover a lot of ground. So take a minute to print out the handout. There's a link below on this page so that you can take notes as we go. Also, if you haven't watched the first video, stop right now and take a few minutes to go back and watch that video. We're going to be talking about some of that information in this video, and you're going to need it before we move forward. So today, what I want to talk to you about is the 5 different levels of business, or the 5 different stages of business. This information is research that I've compiled on my own from the research of a doctor named Ichak Adizes, and also from one of my favorite online personalities, Michael Hyatt. Both of these men have done a lot of research about different stages of business. And the most valuable thing that this information can do for you is help you figure out which stage you're in. So as you watch the video today, and as we talk through these individual stages, think about which stage feels best to you or feels like the stage that you're in, because that's going to be very important for helping you figure out where you need to go next and what you need to do next to help your business become profitable and sustainable. Now, I'm going to be covering a lot of information today, so I am going to use my notes to talk to you guys. But I'm going to dive right into the first level of business, and that is passion. When you're just starting out, you have a hobby, an idea, or a dream, and it's really not much more than that. Your revenue is going to be very low, probably less than $1,000 annually. You don't have any employees yet, and the main struggle that you're going to experience is the struggle to exist. You have to decide whether or not you're even going to go into business or not. Now, this can be a very high energy stage, and it can be a lot of fun. So if you're in this stage, I encourage you to just stop and enjoy it, because it can be a really good time. Things that you're going to want to do in each of your 7 basic business systems that we covered in the last video are going to be do market research about your customer. You're going to want to decide what type of website you're going to want to build and start researching different content management systems or different website platforms. And we'll talk more about that in the e-course as well. For your email list, you're going to want to decide what type of email service provider you're going to use, and I highly recommend MailChimp for people just starting out. You're not going to have any content, and the good news is at this point in the game, you can work a little bit on your content game plan, but you don't need to put a lot of pressure on yourself to be delivering content just quite yet. In terms of something to sell, you may not have a product or an offering yet. So what you need to do, and this is so important, you need to put a landing page on your website and you need to be able to collect email addresses. That's the number one most important thing you can do at the first level of business. And on administrative details, you're going to want to actually legally form your business, find a CPA, find an accountant, and start to get the administrative details all ironed out and in place in your business. So that's level 1, the passion level. Now we'll move on to level 2, which is presence. And if you're in level 2, you've probably laid the basic groundwork for your business, and you're just starting to dip your toe into letting people know that you're around. You're just starting to establish your presence. This is a stage of high productivity. It's also high energy. It's super fun, but there's very little planning. In the second level of business, the presence level, you're still probably a one-woman show. You're not generating a ton of revenue yet, so you might have $1,000 or $2,500 coming in annually. The struggle that you're going to experience at level 2 is survival. So the struggle in level 1 was existence. Do you even start? And the struggle in level 2 is, do you hang on? Do you do all the stuff that it's going to take to do to make a business run? And my answer to you on that one is yes, definitely hang on, because it's about to get really good. Now, in terms of your 7 basic business systems, there are things that you need to do at each level, and I'm going to talk you through those right now. In terms of your customer system, I would encourage you to do an audience survey. Even if you only have one person respond to that survey, it's valuable information for you to have as a business owner about what your customer needs. On the website angle of things, hire a web designer, or if you're going to build your own website, get that started and make sure you install Google Analytics. That's going to be really important down the road. In terms of content, you might start thinking about an editorial calendar and starting to put that together. In terms of social media, I would recommend that you start to hone your voice and maybe do some deep dive into your values and figure out how you can make those values become themes in your social media voice and your social media content. And lastly, on the administrative system, you're going to want to hire a bookkeeper at this point if you haven't done that yet. And you're going to want to figure out what you're going to do for invoicing and accounting systems. And we'll talk about that more in the Biz Designers e-course as well. Before I talk about level 3, I want to give you some encouragement about levels 1 and 2. Sometimes you can really speed through levels 1 and 2. Now, it's not going to happen overnight, but sometimes you can get everything accomplished in levels 1 and 2 in about 6 months. So if you feel like you're in levels 1 or 2 and you feel like it's taking forever, don't worry. It's really easy to get through those levels to level 3, and level 3 is where it starts to get really fun. That's because level 3 is called Publish, and it's all about really starting to be an online presence, or even if you're not an online business, be a presence in your community. The characteristic of level 3 is everything is about the business. Your friends and family are probably going to get tired of hearing you talk about it at this point. You are still one employee, but you might have some part-time contractors that you started to hire that are really going to help you out. And that's going to be a huge weight off your shoulders. So if you've hired your bookkeeper, if you've hired an accountant, maybe you've hired graphic designers or web designers, these are people that are going to start to be part of your team and are really going to start to help your business flourish. The struggle at level 3 is going to be profitability. So you're going to have more money coming in, but you also might have more expenses coming in as well. It's going to be really important for you to focus on your profitability at this point. Now, in terms of each of your 7 business systems, there are different things that you can do in this system. For your customer, you can just stay in touch, listen to what they're saying, and try to interact with them on social media as much as possible. For your email list, I'd like to see you develop an opt-in and think about something that you can offer someone so that they become a lead or step into your funnel and start to possibly become a customer. In terms of content, the best thing that you can do at this point is practice consistency. Now, this is as hard for me as it is for anyone. And even if you can be consistently inconsistent, it's better than nothing. But just try to get your content out there and try to get it out there on a steady schedule if possible. In terms of what you're selling, start tracking your conversions. Listen to your customers, track your conversions, and look at that profitability. This is going to be where all of these pieces start to come together and really help you become a sustainable and profitable business. In terms of social media, I'd like to see you grow your following at this point. And a great way to grow following is just to practice engagement. Just talk to your followers and your audience. Don't feel like you have to perform. Just realize that social media is all about a conversation, and you should be having fun with that at this point. And on the administrative system, I'd like to see you develop some stable processes with your bookkeeper and your accountant so that you're having weekly or monthly check-ins that help you know that you're on track for that profitability that you're after. The next 2 levels in business, I'm actually going to lump together because the changes from levels 3 to levels 4 and 5 are very drastic. So level 4 is promote, and it's really going to be about making sure that your business is out there and that people know it's out there. Level 5 is called the prime level of business. And this is a level where you actually have the ability to be an entrepreneur. You've probably delegated things out. The systems are all in place and running smoothly. Everyone knows their responsibilities, and your business is a well-oiled machine. Now, getting to level 5 is really hard. So I'm going to talk about levels 4 and 5 together for the rest of this video. Your revenue is going to be significantly increased at these two levels. You're going to be generating over $50,000 a year in annual revenue. You'll have employees, at least one, probably between 2 and 5. You'll also have a team of independent contractors and freelancers that you work with on a regular basis. Those people are still a part of your team and are very important relationships for you to develop. So if you're in level 1, think about that as you grow your business and realize that the people that you're meeting now might play a significant role on your team in some capacity later on. The struggle in these two levels of business is going to be resources. Do you have the cash flow that you need? And what's your return on investment? How much money are you spending versus how much money are you making? We'll talk about that more in the e-course. The things that you're going to want to do at this level for your basic business systems are make sure that you're listening to your customers and you're interacting and you're engaging with them. That's going to be really important. On your website, SEO is going to be really important at this level, and making sure that you've checked your links and that you don't have any broken links can be actually quite a task at this level because your websites have probably grown and are probably pretty big. And if you're just starting out in level 1 or 2, thinking about putting a system in place that can help you with your SEO when you're at a level 4 or 5 business could be really important. On your emails, I'd love to see you be sending regular emails and nurturing your email list. That's something that so many small businesses forget is important, but it can be crucial and so important to helping you grow a profitable business. In terms of content, something that I'd love to see more creative entrepreneurs doing that not very many people do right now is guest posting on blogs. It's a great way to get your name out there. It helps your colleagues build their search engine optimization value, and it's going to help grow your business at the same time. So if you're at a level 4 or 5 and you're not doing any guest posting, I'd love to see us interact in the community and start swapping some guest posts. That would be great for everyone. Lastly, on the administrative system, something that you need to do at this level is you need to have a check-in with your employees or your staff. So some type of review process that's going to make sure that everyone's staying on track and is working towards the same mission is going to be really important at this level. So that concludes my very brief summary of the 5 different stages of business. And I would encourage you, if you're interested in knowing more about that, I would encourage you to consider joining us for the Biz Designers Plan e-course. We're going to be diving into that framework. I'm going to be talking with different entrepreneurs about what level they're at and what they need to do next in their business to help them become a profitable and sustainable business. So I'd like to invite you to join me for the 3rd and final free video. We're going to be taking the information that we learned from the first 2 videos, the 7 basic business systems and the 5 stages of business, and we're going to be using all of that information to help you create a plan for your business to help you grow and become a profitable and sustainable business. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.